10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Is brought to you by All Pro Roofing. AllProRoofingLLC.com on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
All right, sports concepts and rationalizations. We do it each and every day. It's a Friday, and it means it's the end of the week, but still in our hot little hands.
Yeah.
We have not one but two tickets.
Last chance.
To the Zach Brown Band. Now, it's not coming up till October.
Right. But stay tuned. At the end of the 10-minute drill, we will select one lucky Guggen to get a pair of tickets for Zach Brown Band on their Caught in the Middle tour coming to Daly's Place Friday, October 7th. So stay tuned for that.
I'm there. So, anyway, that'll be a lot of fun. So, you're going to have to hang in there with us as we kick some concepts and rationalizations around.
I've reached out to Zach to see if when he does one of his hit songs, if he'll change it to Hicken Fried.
Thank you. That would be nice. I saw that Sticks Devitt, our old friend, was in a good mood last night, so I'm assuming Indiana won a basketball game.
Well, Sticks Devitt had an interesting day because he also chose violence against Mercedes Lewis on Twitter earlier in the day.
He outed Mercedes Lewis.
What happened?
About Mercedes Lewis said, I never took a day off.
They never gave me a day off. They ground me into the ground.
Why would he be a liar? It's easy to find, and he posted all these days off.
Like for 4 consecutive years where he had veteran days off.
Why would you say that if you're Mercedes?
I don't know.
Why do people say what they say?
I don't know.
Right?
I mean,
in all
But
professions.
yes, Indiana did knock off Purdue last night.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the whole point. But anyway, that was the Sticks Devitt timeline. Sticks, of course, who once answered Photo Bucket on trivia.
Famously.
And also threw a W in Jeff's face, and Jeff made him cry. Those are the two. Those are the big memories of
All-timer moment.
Sticks Devitt.
Sticks made the huge mistake of a regular season Braves-Cubs game to bring in, the flying W after a Cubs win. And, I had none of that.
That's youth, man. Youthful
I
exuberance.
think then he perhaps almost made him cry in the whole who was it? Who did he say was going to be the guy on?
Oh, it was not
it-
Damian Lillard, but the other guy was the
Yeah, he
best.
said C.J. McCollum was a better player on the
McCollum.
Blazers.
No, he also said somebody was going to host
Embiid.
SNL.
Embiid was going to host SNL.
That's a closer prediction, but that still is nowhere near happening.
Yeah.
Like Embiid is not the soup. He's not a. He's a really good player. He's probably a little bit underrated, but he's not. He's not that guy.
So anyway, shout out to Sticks Devitt.
that's good. I'm glad
I
you brought
talked in
him up.
downtime about this Tampa Bay thing. It's.
I was going to bring that up with you. I'm gonna say something, not in backwoods sipping tea front porch fantasy, but like a serious question. Why could the Jacksonville area, along with St. Johns County, that continues to just grow by leaps and bounds, take over a Major League Baseball franchise, build them a 36,000-seat stadium, separate them a little further from Miami that they are, become almost a midway point between Miami and Atlanta for Major League Baseball in the Southeast, and move the Tampa Bay Rays to Jacksonville? Why couldn't a Jacksonville group explore it? Why couldn't a Jacksonville or First Coast-based a government committee make an appeal to the Tampa Bay Rays? I think Jacksonville has grown to the point. I think if it's put on the corridor there and opens up to Daytona, all the way to, the state line. Could it be successful?
I would say this. I'd need a lot of land. I would build a Atlanta situation, not just a stadium.
I'd build it in SJC, to be honest with you, down there around the World Golf
It would have to be
Village
like hotels,
a
sports book.
Okay, good.
I would do the whole thing. I would do restaurants, much like Atlanta has. So that's number one. The question is, though, would it work? There's not enough, in my opinion. I don't think there's still enough corporate dollars that would make sense for it to be in Jacksonville.
We go on, and you're just talking about so that the suites are bought. And, I hear
the higher money, the Fortune 500s aren't here.
I hear you.
And they could be here one day. It's a wonderful place to
Well,
live.
and there's also this, though. I mean, say you did put it in somewhere between.
And it's still, Jeff, while you say it's growing, again, and it is, and it really is now with all the people from
that's what
California
I'm talking about.
and New York moving here.
I mean, the
I'd need to see numbers because
it's hundreds of thousands in our market.
It can't be if there's just we always had like 1 million people, or I don't think we have now 1.8 million people, do we? Or whatever the number is in our area and how much it has grown. But you would need I just don't think now. I'm not poo-pooing it as much as I used to, and I think you would be surprised at the number you would get for baseball games. I think, but I know you do better than you do in Tampa.
Well, I mean, that's I think Jacksonville is. Look, Tampa is huge. It's grown too. It's, I think, overpassed Miami as a TV market size. Believe it or not, it's close. I mean, it's
Tampa's big.
Yeah, Tampa,
yeah.
and it's growing.
Oh yeah,
but it's not. That hasn't meant anything for the baseball franchise.
no, I you know me, and I listen. Pox on the Rays fans who complain about going to St. Pete. Like I said, you go any major league town,
you got to commute.
it's a pain in the rear end to go to a baseball game. What do you think it is for people in New Jersey who want to go see the Yankees or the Mets? What do you think it is in L.A. for people who want to get on that freaking 405 and go see the Dodgers, and it's an hour and a half commute from 6 miles away? So it's a clear shot in Tampa. It's not like you're. And I just it drives me crazy.
Well, he's like,
because I'll fight. I know you Rays fans, and God bless you, but you fight me on it. But
they got the Rolodex of excuses.
yeah, but it is a disgrace how you support that team. I would move that team to yesterday
if you built a complex like you're saying, I'm with you. A ballpark battery.
You got to do the
around
whole
it.
deal. Yeah.
Yeah, and you put it
Big
though.
picture.
You put it on
Roller coaster as well, Fred.
You put it on I-95 somewhere within St. Johns County, whether it's around Wolfcoff Village or otherwise.
Yeah.
You have made a summer destination. You have people can come stay at the beach. They can drive 20 miles, 20 minutes, and go to I think that in the summer, located there, catching. I think people would plan.
You know what else you need though?
Comings and goings about that.
You're gonna need a little roof. You're gonna need a roof.
Yeah, well, like
you gotta have a roof in Florida.
You could survive. You know what? Looking back in time, that you could survive in Jacksonville without a roof. You'd have some rain delays, but the shrimp now, they don't face rainouts every single night. They get their seasons in.
They get them in, but there's a lot. They deal with a lot, and look. It'll be a later game, or sometimes it'll pass.
I'm not saying don't get one. Whatever whatever the situation calls for. If you build a big complex down there, like you said, hotels, restaurants, other things, and you incorporate that in with the tourism industry. I mean, there's a lot of VROBs getting on that coast from Amelia Island down to Crescent Beach, right?
Yeah,
a ton of them, especially in the summertime. I don't. And boy, would it be fun to have one.
Oh yeah.
Now let's get back to now. So you and I are gonna have to. Contact all of the people that we know that could start to scratch together that kind of wealth to pull that off.
That's a lot of wealth. Yeah. A lot of wealth. We'll be
the quote point person.
That's $1 billion project. If you want a stadium.
How fun would that be, though? I think it. Awesome. I'm not. Well, out of the gates, it would thrive. Yeah. And then, like anything,
but again, if you talk about attendance in Florida,
this would never happen. By the way, I'm just saying.
I know because if you talk about sports attendance in Florida, it just doesn't work. The only sport what are the sports that are supported in Florida right now? Attendance-wise, like what?
The Bucks,
Lightning,
maybe.
The Lightning,
the Bucks,
because they win.
Ultimately winning.
But if they weren't winning, they wouldn't be going.
Nobody else does anything.
Gator football, but not even like it used to be.
The game that I went to, the Heat were half game out of first. It was half full arena.
It's always been that way for the Heat.
Yeah.
They would arrive to the.
By the way, we haven't said this.
They would arrive to the LeBron Heat games late.
They need a new arena too.
Yeah,
that thing's a dump.
Yeah.
No due respect, but it's
but
old inside.
I guess the other thing I go back, I almost always side with the fans on disputes like this. But if I was the owner of the Rays, and I already drew up a plan, by the way, for Ybor City, which got poo-pooed, I would say, guys, City of Tampa, if you want us here, you help us build a stadium. But I need plans, I need go-ahead, and I need who's spending what, and I need it now. Otherwise, I'm going. Because Montreal, Portland, Charlotte, by the way, Charlotte would do it. Charlotte would do it.
Orlando's a good spot.
Vegas.
Orlando, you get all those tourists that...
if I'm in Tampa, though, I'm done with Florida. I've tried it.
Yeah.
You guys didn't support me.
I'm not moving 100 miles.
They don't support in Miami either, by the way.
I know.
They're just as bad.
But at least they're bad.
So
Tampa's a great team.
Yeah, to your point, it would be. Now, the only thing that Jacksonville would have that those two don't is they are right in the commute line for tourism.
Yeah.
If you built something off of 95, like if you or I were taking a trip with our family, and we're driving,
we'd stop.
we're driving to Texas, say, right? And along the way, if New Orleans had a major league team.
I'll give you a perfect example.
Okay.
I went to the Keys a few years ago during spring break.
Okay.
Well, I want to take the kid to see LeBron play.
Okay,
So I stopped in Miami and watched LeBron.
It's right off the interstate.
Yeah. For sure. So, but, and the other thing I would do if I was Tampa ownership is I would put it out now because I got to beat Oakland out. And whatever city's going to give me the best deal, that's where I'm going. I don't care.
And that's the race, right?
Yeah.
You're in a race with Oakland.
Yes, because Oakland's leaving.
One of them's packing up and moving.
But they both are.
Right.
They're both disasters.
And there's some cherry spots that
There's some
want
great
a team.
spots that will roll out the red carpet for you.
It's got to be.
Why wouldn't I take that?
I mean, imagine what Vegas will do for you.
Do you think there's some sort of
Vegas is next. Vegas is where
Whatever.
the A's will
Oh, and
end up.
Vegas is probably getting the A's.
Yeah.
They should. That's a nice pairing with the Raiders.
Yeah. There's no
I
history
would
of the
love
Yeah.
baseball in Vegas because we're not afraid to take a trip a year in the summer out there. And if I had baseball to go to and
Yeah.
timed it around a Braves series,
Yeah.
you kidding me?
Yeah. No,
That'd be fun.
But I believe we're headed that way. And I don't. I guess what I'm saying is I don't blame the Rays ownership
I don't
on this one. I really don't. It seems to me now. Again, you Rays fans who know this situation are probably screaming through your radios right now. Oh no, they did this, they did this, they did that. I get that. But when there is 6,000 people in your park and you're playing the freaking Red Sox and battling for a division and you get 6,000 people, that's all you need to know. That is just grossly unacceptable. And the tickets aren't like out of this world.
Yeah.
I mean, so anyway. But you guys, we've talked about this before.
There's also
the story came up because Montreal,
Yeah.
The MLB said, yeah, you're not going half
Well, and
of
there's also some reality here that we're clouding with that because we love baseball.
Uh-huh.
Baseball isn't
Right.
gaining in popularity.
No.
It's not a buy-into industry right now.
No.
And sports in Jacksonville and in Florida aren't well attended. So you're not going to get that, you would have a baseball franchise place. I'm just for argument's sake say in the World Golf Village area would almost entirely thrive on tourism. Like I bet you would almost become like what Atlanta was in the South. If you wanted to go to a baseball game, you had to go to Atlanta. But you could catch so many people stopping that aren't a fan of either team even playing, right? So, interesting.
It is interesting.
They're going to end up somewhere else. And I wouldn't go to Montreal. You had a team that failed. Let's give some markets that haven't done that yet. All right, that's the 10-minute drill. We kind of focused in on that topic. That was fun.
did.
I was cool with that.
Yeah.
We got the Whisperer today, so we'll talk quarterbacks alive in the NFL playoffs this weekend.
Yeah, I got a lot of questions too. What's going on in college football and the portal and such. It's just fascinating stuff to me. So,
Little chicken fried.
Oh, look at all you got. Now, what did we do yesterday? Did we do number 1 yesterday?
You did like fast fingers, yeah.
All right, so today we're going to do number 10.
Or 10.
Yeah, because
10.
Yeah, because I mean it's only fair. Oh man, I can sit back and listen to these guys all night, and so could you apparently.
People got the fever. All right, caller 10 right now. 641-1010 going home with a pair of tickets to see the Zach Brown Band on their Caught in the Middle tour at Daly's Place coming up. You advanced planners Friday, October 7th.
The shade of a Georgia pine, and that's home.